Alright, welcome back to Torment Tides of Numenera. Nailed it. As we last left off, we got to play as the last cast-off, that's kind of the name of my character, and we kind of touch orbs to discover past lives from, past lives, past decades that where they had different memories. And that kind of sums it up. And then we got introduced to these two new characters, as you'll see their name. So let's get back to it. And like I said in the last video, I will read my character's main dialogue if it's relevant, but I won't read the other characters' dialogue because you already heard their voices, so this doesn't make sense. So let's get started. Okay. Okay. Okay, so grand entrance, you mean falling from the sky, and that's how you guys were able. Well, obviously, who is the changing god? So is Aligern one of the husks that the changing god left over? That's a good explanation of what the changing god and how he works. So he body serves. So he is immortal, but he body serves. Good question. All right. So the change, that's kind of it explains the changing god's motivation. If they want to live forever, you would make a body that can withstand just like what a normal human could not die of. So Algern is Algern is kind of right. You do want to kind of like a strong body, and then when you body surf, you want that strong body to kind of, yeah, that makes sense actually. Oh, okay, you're asking what I think. I mean, these are really valid points with all the dialogue choices. I mean, I could be one of the changing god, but it doesn't seem like it, so scratch that off. I really don't know. That is true. Okay, let's read this a little bit more. Alright, so he doesn't know. Or she doesn't know. That is true. Alright, so they already told me who the changing god is as a he. Why my body is considered a cast-off. Great world building in terms of no dialogue being said yet, but it's really kind of excellent writing. It's really fantastic. I'll give him that. Yeah, I mean, considering how far I was falling, that it's surprised I'm still alive. It's like I had some regeneration, or I'm basically immortal. Hmm. Curiouser and curiouser. Skits. I have to look up that word, but it's not highlighted, so I don't know what that word means. Well, Aldern seems to is it Alidern? He seems to have it out for this changing god. Alright, I can talk on this one. As she speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow, you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You're in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the Starro's attacks? Says a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No! You reply. The thing has no respect for bears of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic, this is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonant chambers works, it will give us the power to stomp the Sorrows hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point. A catalyst. The memory phase. Calistain is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one you saw behind you. Or is the one behind you. It looks like the Spectre has described it. A transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome with mechanical arms arrayed on its metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered. The sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it clearly needs repair. Yeah, she was describing how I could die. So physical harm, it can't kill me. But if it's anything like a degenerative disease, and then anything with decomposition, disintegration, and anything kind of like on a molecular level, then I'm not immortal. But anything in the physical level, I am immortal. Call of the Changing God. Well, not too surprised with all the body surfing. Okay, so here's our dialogue choice. Alajern is saying go to the cult of the changing god, and Kalsting is saying to go to the Order of Truth. Hmm. I'm gonna figure this on my own because you guys. I mean, it's not that you guys are not bringing up valid points. The Order of Truth or the cult of the Changing God could be relevant, but I mean, I'm gonna ask. So, what's the color of the changing god? I see. Well, I guess you guys are both my fire members. There we go. Ah, okay, so it's kind of almost like Dragon Age 2. If you make a wrong choice, then they'll stop following you, or they'll try to kill you, basically. Alright, now we can properly start the story. Even though it was excellent writing, I was kind of really getting invested. A mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm's shatter housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. Okay, let's examine the housing. The sharply pulley apparatus that formerly atop the device appears burned out and useless, but the equipment in the base remains as least somewhat operational, as the constant stream of sizzling, while motes can attest. Ah, okay, so it's like a ability points. So the higher your ability is, the more skills or let me put it this way. So it's kind of like ability points. So if you want to successfully do a part, like move, like say that barrel, to get that glowing light that I did before to light up the room, then it requires the amount of points to spend to do a certain action. I think that's unique, but yeah. 100%. Let's do it. Taking care to avoid the sparge, you strike several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. You recognize their value at once. Some objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world. So you gather them up and take them with you. There we go. This is even this. Even though it seems like this world is not interesting, it really is. It's... Alright. Sunlight falls through the wrecked hole in the... Well, sorry. Sunlight falls through the wrecked hole in the roof onto the shattered residence chamber. It's hard to believe that you did this, that you plummeted through the curve of the pale blue sky, crashed through the dome, and broke this delicate machine with your own body. It's hard to believe that you're still alive. Four mechanical arms hang over the center of the device, above the cracked Wait, I think I read this already. Above the cracked semi-transparent crystal of the sarcophagus, the fifth arm lies broken on the floor among the scattered synth in the crystal shards, and a metal ring surrounds the array, dented and broken by your impact crater. Jagged fragments of the crystal are intermingled with scent from the shattered dome above. The crystal shards glitter in the light like captive suns. I'll pick one of these crystal shards up. At the rim of the crater, you find a sliver of crystal, sharp as a dagger on one end, and smooth on the other. It might make a usable, if somewhat crude, weapon. Useful. You sort through the remaining pieces of crystal, but they are too small or too unwieldy to be of any use. Let's inspect the metal ring. You feel the slightest hint of resistance every time you cross the ring. And now that you're paying attention, you'll notice that your breath is echoing in your ears, as though you were inside a glass dome. When you step outside the ring, the feeling passes. The ring seems to reject some kind of feel, like a protected dome around the sarcophagus. Okay. Cables run from the machines, from the dome walls to the base of the suspended arms, each of which is capped with neon needles, aimed at the cracked coffin-like chamber at the center of the platform. Gem-like flickers dimly at the base of the arms. The neon-like extensions of the arm glitter in the dome's faint light. A number of the lights at the base of the arms have gone out. Let's take a look at the sarcophagus. The padded interior beneath the coffin's cracked lid looks like it was made for a human body. Despite the damage, you won't see any way to open it and get inside. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle-like protrusions at the ends of the arms above it. It seems likely that using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. I imagine not. It may be your imagination, but some of the cracks in the crystal seem shallower than before. Okay, let's step away from it. A slate-black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, the triangle of lights on its casing blazes into life, and an image unfolds in your mind. A towering crystal arc rises over a jagged gray landscape. The air is dead and stifling, and there it is, or there at its emerald part. The image is collapsing, leaving you staring into the device triangular array of lights. Command me, the device, or the intellect or intelligence within it says, each word carefully echo within or etched within. Alright, I'm gonna ask who it is. Your command was not understood, the intelligence says with clear satisfaction. Silent for all the world like it understood the question, but it's choosing not to answer. Command me. Your command was not understood. The intelligence chuckles, its lights pulsing. Command me. Okay, I guess I'll command you to tell me what's going on. Or command you to shut up. Or command me to get me plot device. Anyway. The three lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device vents, and then a towering list of commands race through your mind. Far too fast to read, you rub your eyes groaning in the intelligence chorus. Command me, it says smudgely. Wow, this command machine is kind of a dick. In the future, I guess. If anything, the list pours through your mind even faster than last time. Command me, the intelligence drawls. Oh, screw you, command. I can hit it. Screw it. Kick it. The intelligence light flickered in alarm just before your foot smashed into the base of the device. Something within it goes crunch. Cell getting damage, it gasps. The trail of lights focus on you with binding intensity. All prisoners lost. Shuddering locum voe. A hatch springs open near the dent left by your foot, and the lights flicker off as you claim a hissing component from the device smoking interior. A view shard. Okay. Fear? Why is that child looking at me for fear? I kinda have to. That's kinda the name of the game. Oops. I guess I broke it too much. Ah well. It had it coming. It was a sarcastic douchebag. Okay. Okay, so after spinning the might, of course my ability points for might would be low. I use it for speed, and I have a high intellect. While Algernon has good balance, just his speed is slow, but everything else is pretty good. Calstang, or Kala, whatever her name is, Calstang, her intelligence is pretty high, but in her manner of speaking, it seemed like she was pretty intelligent. And Algernon is kind of the brawn. Can I talk to these characters? I kind of want to talk to these characters. Well, we're gonna save, of course. Huh, 3 hours. Well, it's probably because I kind of fell asleep, so that probably added to the extra 2 hours, even though I didn't really do anything. Anyway, let's leave area.
I need to talk to you.
Oh, I guess we're talking.
This is the reef of fallen worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Finally, dialogue. Okay. Okay. So it's kind of like life energy almost, or particles around the world. They really do some excellent world building. Okay. Not really a chatty person, aren't you? Wow, just giving me foreshadowing that she might stab me in the back. Not a really good thing to say about someone you came. Okay, I guess I will ask about your tattoos. I'm not gonna ask if I don't want your help anymore. I kinda wanna know your context, or what's your story? Okay. Well, yeah, I want your help, so let's get going then. Can I talk to her? I want to talk to her.
Watch your steps, child. This is not a place to walk lightly. There are dangers in the reef, both old and new.
Besides the scavengers and Nomanara. There we go. Okay. I guess so. Alright, now I'm curious about your backstory, because he thinks you're a parasite in a scholar outfit. And you're kind of phasing out of existence. Anyway. Yeah, I'm curious about your backstory. You seem highly intelligent and seem to know more than you let on, and he's saying that you wouldn't be surprised that you would betray us before the end of the day, which is kind of unique to say and kind of a little worrying. Well, anyway. Okay. So I guess you guys are just helping each other because of necessity? That's pretty much it? Oh yeah, I kind of see all these kind of phasing out. That's true, actually. So, let me get this straight, and I kind of will probably find out later in the later walkthroughs, that maybe she has infinite calisthenics in infinite worlds, like she mentioned. So if she died, then the other people from her realities would get the experience. But if they die, then it's kind of like she has infinite knowledge from infinite realities. Does that hurt your brain? I actually am intrigued by it. It's a little bit of sci-fi in a sense, but a little bit of art, well, kind of fantasy. I like that. I like that concept. I want to learn more about her, and I really want to learn about him with the snake tattoos. No. Let's keep going. Alright, I guess this is where I read. Two floating cones whirl and spin deliriously around each other, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet burning leaves. That's pretty specific. The cones continue whirling and laughing like enraptured dancers, giving no sign that they heard you. The cones greet your question with a split second of hushed silence, followed by live peals of helpless giggling. I'll try speaking to them again. Childlike laughter is their only response. Okay. Right. Okay, that's cool. So we can use their abilities. I'd rather save it. His speed is kind of slow, so we'll use her. And it might just take one, but that's okay. You managed to graze one of them with the tip of your finger. Roared. Voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it's not the one that you recognize. It's black and it's a pearl white sky. Thick, flat asteroids offer it like pestles in the wind. You feel questioning tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Oh, I gained 2 XP. Your vision returns. The cones hang motionless for only a second before resuming their giggling dance. The longer you stare at these artifacts, the more you're convinced that they turn faster when they're spiraling past across each other. I'm very intrigued by this world because every object that you see has a story. It's like nothing's wasted in this game. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, more shin. Nice. Heals 3 points of... Okay, that's gonna be useful. What the heck is this? A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they represent clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. The hands sway softly, but their movements are difficult to follow. Watching them for too long makes you feel nauseous. Apart from the hands themselves, you don't know anything of interest in this cluster. Guess we'll walk away. Okay, a matte black obelisk floats in midair above the water. It has sharp curved sides that converge to the glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the bay's faint breezes. So we're gonna wait out to touch it, of course. You raise your hand towards the obelisk. Dull green light wells from within the black stone, fixed on you like a furious eye. Wow, that's not good for comfort, and you guys are letting me touch this thing anyway. Not really responsible for someone you guys just found. I'm gonna reach out to it again. I'm gonna touch it. Wait, blue tie, red tie. You lay your palm on the surface of the obelisk. A brilliant emerald beam erupts from the apex of the structure and strikes you in the chest. What follows is not pleasant, but mercifully brief. What just happened? When the light fades, you're utterly gone, burnt to an ash too fine to be seen amongst the drift of the night world. For a time, your tale lingers at a lesson in foolhardiness, but alas, even the most reckless you prove unremarkable. So I freaking died. Yep, I absolutely died. Wow. So the game just killed me off after just 1 hour. So your choices do matter. It's kind of screwed up, don't you think? Alright, I'm intrigued.
On it. Yes.
Alright, well, I can still have to read this, because, what happened? Yeah, this is because of what happened when I touched that obelisk. I'd rather save and be prepared because of what happened last time. Just save. Alright, let's touch it this time.
Ready.
Alright, let's try this. Carefully, you level the shard at the obelisk, and a superheated beam lances from the tip of the structure on into the crystal, sending vibration up to your arm, and suffusing the shard with a warm green glow.
Good balance.
Okay, we actually survived this time.
Of course.
I am not going to touch it this time because of what happened. Let's leave it alone.
Go.
Alright then. Alright, health. Good to know. Let's use it for the might. Choose an ally. He's okay, she's okay, we're gonna use it for me. And there's that recover. And let's try something else. Okay, let's... Not intellect. Speed. We'll use it for myself. And that's good.
On it.
We're gonna walk away after I examine it. First, we're gonna save because I died that last time, so be prepared.
I'm ready.
This time we're gonna make him useful. You grip the hand nearest you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple experimental swings. Good balance. It might make a decent weapon. Oh, it's a 8-finger mace. Nice. Like I said, all the resources and everything you examine, it just feels like it could be a weapon, story context, or some kind of like mysterious event happens. It's all cool. I love it. Now, you wrap your hands around one of the wrists and pull it with all your strength. Eventually, gasping, you give up. The Tintrers seem bigger and stronger now, as if they fortified themselves against you. I guess they don't like me that much. Oh, I kind of want to say it again. Ooh, costs a lot of skills point. A beam of light streaks from the tip of the obelisk towards your hand, but you're faster. It passes within a hair of your tingling fingertips. As you watch the obelisk for any further signs of danger, the glow fades. I'm gonna leave it alone. I just wanted to see what it did, so we're gonna go ahead and load it again. Because I kind of want to waste the speed because I know what happens next, and I want to save the speed, the might, and the intelligence. Because it could be used for some kind of important conversation. Because might, speed, and intelligence seems important in this world. Thank you, loading screen. I do know that talking to party members gives us perspective and backstory. Alright, let's read over his backstory. Wow, that sounds cool, with the tattoos and all that. Alright. Huh. Okay, the map. They really do a solid job with the world building, and the codex really fleshes out the world. I'm intrigued.
Let's go.
A bubbling mass of sludge floats on the surface of the water. Every once in a while, an oily nodule separates from it and hurls in the sky. You catch a blurry glimpse of a mud-coated object in the creature mass. Carefully, you lean closer to the heavy mass at the moment of study. You notice that the globule rising in the sky always contains something. It could be a shining core of untainted seawater or the tiny fish. Stay first, and then we'll treat. You know, say first, and then we'll try something.
Let's go.
Here we go. Okay, a cipher, huh? Fresh vapors. The next time sunlight strikes the object's streaked surface, you're ready. You snatch it from the oily mass and clean it as best as you can. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. What's in here? The smell door is thick, heavy, and unmarked by time. Double rows of circular bunks run horizontally and vertically across the surface. It's fairly thick. The metal surface is imbued with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye. They only run in straight lines and right angles, and they seem to converge at the circular bumps. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the buttons is unique. Some have flat faces, others have actually midi-sided polygons, and a few are marked by tiny apertures. Unfortunately, you don't see anything that resembles a knob, keyhole, or access device. You try touching both the flat planes of the door and the small buttons, but nothing happens. Okay. You knock lightly at first, then harder. The door makes no sound at all, nor does it shudder or yield. I guess we'll leave it alone. Like I said, none of the resources really go unchanged. It just feels like everything has a purpose for existing in this world. And I think that's intriguing. Yeah, I really like this game, just because of its lore and everything that's happening in it. It's very, very, very accessible, in detail, and in-depth. So, we're going to stop right here, and there's going to be